Welcome to How to Be Folk Metal and to Battle. Rule number 2 of folk metal. You need to know your literature, you need to know your ancient mythologies as inspiration, such as the Kalevala and the Prose Edda. So you need to know your Viking shit, your Finnish shit, the shit that inspired Lord of the Rings basically. So basically you can just know Lord of the Rings and then your folk metal or black metal. People often ask me, what is folk metal? And I'm like, well, that's a great question for starters, friend. Like, you know, some people might just say, oh, well, it's just a fusion of traditional folk music mixed with heavy metal. And to those people, I say, fuck you. It's a lifestyle. It's not just about freaking running around woods in corpse paint. I mean, with shields and swords. I mean, that is what I do 90% of the time. But the rest of the time I am playing my hurdy-gurdy and my flute, you know, my traditional folk, my bagpipes, all my traditional folk instruments. And I say it's about being a pagan and loving one's culture. Is it even music, or is it one truly embracing one's history and heritage via the means of music? Then yes. But is it music? I say, well, it is, but it's the pinnacle of music to the nth degree, in which one is staring in the face of the past and their old gods. So yeah, it is more than just a mixture of folk music and metal music, yes. Rule number 28 of folk metal: you've got to remember to wear the right kind of clothes. So if you got a kilt or something, you want to use that. If you got one little Thor's hammer thing, wear that. Wear band shirts as long as it's the right kind of bands, and then or you can, if on stage, go shirtless, rip Cawthorn. Being in a folk band, to be folk metal, you obviously want to know the occasional folk song, you know. So yeah, you just gotta be able to bang it out. Gotta know a song like "Oh Flower of Scotland, what will we say? You're going again, a flower and wild rover for many's a year, and I spent all my money on whiskey and beer." In folk metal, the kind of riffs that you're gonna want to go for are usually of a similar kind of melody. I mean, obviously you can just do chugging. Just, yeah, like, you know what chugging is. And then put some crazy violins and hurdy-gurdies and flutes over it, and then that's fine, which is perfectly good. Like, bands such as Helvete basically just do melodic death metal kind of riffs, like In Flames type stuff, and then just have all the folk instruments do all their stuff on top of that. So that's fine, but if you can try and get a folky sound out of the guitar as well, to play like a folky kind of melody, like. Here are some of my favorite folk metal albums. Here is Ensiferum, Ensiferum, Ensiferum. Now that's all you ever need to know. Just get their albums. But if you want to go deep into folk metal, like who actually wants to know what it sounds like and stuff. I mean, obviously Winter Sun as well, if you count them. They're a little folk. Pale Folklore by Agalloch, I guess you can call that folk. Winter Filleth, I would call that folk. Folky black, slightly folk. And last but not least, Kendrick Lamar, the godfather of folk metal. Basically, if you have any of those albums, you're folk metal. So Here's my number one fan. He's a little troll guy from, he has a little Icelandic shield there. Iceland shield, because trolls know about folk metal, like Finn troll. If I ever need any music advice from him, I listen to him and then I put him to my ear, and then he gives me a little ancient melody, and then I've got it, and then it's like hey 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 you just didn't go whoa, and then that just becomes a song, and that's how you write a folk metal song. Rule number 34 is to hang out in the forests and stuff. This is where you get most of your inspiration for songs and music and nature. You have to love nature if you want to be folk metal. Not folk metal. Not folk metal. Folk metal. Rip Fog. I am currently in the folk metal band Odin's Eyeball, and I played the bagpipes. Because of my heritage, you know, like my ancestors were playing bagpipes in the glens and the hills and the mountains and in the lochs and the lakes and just in the fields, anywhere you could play a bagpipe. My ancestors were doing it, and it's in my blood playing bagpipes. Another thing about woods for folk metal is that they can be beneficial in terms of helping you come up with band names and song names. So woods of snow-covered woods, woody holidays, skogen I kvelden, skogen, trollskogen. Either way, yeah. If you just say forest or wood in Norwegian or Swedish or Danish, and add some other cool word like wolfwood, the wolfwood, yeah, wolvenwood or ulveskogen or ulvskog or whatever, and then you got cool names for songs and band names. And that's what folk metal's already about. It's about people, and people used to live in woods. This is Yggdrasil. I found it, finally. And that's folk metal lesson number 1. Find yourself, find Yggdrasil in the woods, and then you're a true folk metaler. Now you just have to go write some songs. Find some guys, find a band, and you can be folk metal. Rip Vog. Lesson 412 of folk metal is to listen to nature and for it to inspire you and your works. Yo! Yeah, that's right. Nature is metal. Nature is folk metal. Folk metal is nature. Rip Vog. Rule 720 is to have a trusty guard dog and for it to look slightly wolf-like, so that you can live like your ancestors did. And your dog can inspire you as well as protect you. So yeah, I have a song called Hunde Diskogen Fjell, and it's just about my dog running around the forest, and if there was a mountain as well. So yeah, Rip Cawthorn, Rip Fog. fucking folk metal. Fucking Ensifero. Lesson 666. If anyone ever tells you that folk metal is gay, then just be like, were the Romans gay? Were the Greeks gay? Then be like, yeah, kind of, but then you just stab them with your long sword, and then it's over. So yeah. Fuck, pillage, rape bitches, and keep it metal, folk metal. Rape, pillage, drink mead, sail in your longboat. Cider as well. Cider's pretty folk metal. As I'm drinking cider. Pretty fucking folk metal. So, rip Vog, rip Corphone, rip Fintroll, rip Winter Sun, rip Yari, and keep it fucking folk metal.